Welcome everyone, I'm Tim and this is the controller. Thanks for clicking on Fallout 4, you only live once. Last time we made our way on over to Ada to kick off Automatron proper. We got told to head on over to General Atomics, which is in this direction. We also turned in a Mila quest to Tinker Tom. And now today we get to venture on over to General Atomics, but before we do that I do want to loop back around back to Hangman's Alley and pick up a few supplies. And if you've been enjoying this content, please hit that like and subscribe button, as it would be greatly appreciated. But with that, let's jump into it. Now I have my custom map marker on back at that Cambridge police station. I kind of want to loop back around that way. I kind of want to go to the bottling plant that is across the river there, just to see what's inside. There will be two raiders in the front room, well, at least one raider in the front room with another couple just inside. Kind of want to see if they are legendary or not, and it will also just give me a little bit more XP as I am working my way up to the next level. So as we're going here, just gotta keep my eyes peeled. Bracket shifted a little bit there. Don't normally cut through this chunk of the map very much. We are getting nice and close though. Just a nice Protectron. And let's see here. How bad are they? How bad are those Rust Devils? I am sitting at 40%, full crits. Let's see here. Crit him. Let's see what happens. Take another one out. I think I saw yet one more. I don't have the AP for it. Still in caution though. Oh, and my lethargy is really hurting that AP refresh. It's coming this way. Shoot. Switch on over to Lucky. Doesn't cost quite as much AP. And there we go, back to hidden. Rust Devils usually have some pretty decent stuff on them. And they're just basically Raider on steroids with, you know, the beautiful robots adds their backup. Oh, RoboBrain torso mod. Nice. I probably didn't want that chest piece. Those robot repair kits are basically just like the stim packs. They make great selling. Oh, and I'm over encumbered. Dropped just that robot chest piece and drank up the water. Now sitting a little bit better. Bracket shifting again. Huh. How did I get 16 XP? No idea. Report to Paladin Dance. Well, what does he have to say? I don't think I really did anything. Just a beautiful night there. Well, all Paladin Dance wanted was to report and tell me that the Pridwin is here and wants us to both hop on a Vertibird and go to it. We won't worry about that right now, but it is nice. Every time you come into the police station here, Brotherhood actually has started to, you know, make this a little bit more of a base and a bunk barracks. Actually looks quite nice. They get this cleaned up, looking pretty good from when you first saw it. Oh. Nice sky. There's the Vertibird that Paladin Dance wants me to board.
Damn ferals. Radiation is a twisted sense of humor.
Vertibirds are definitely handy to have around, but I won't worry about that right now. We'll just kind of start jockeying our way back around. Get out more towards the road here and see what's on the bridge over here. If anything. And I really would enjoy another legendary. Oh, looks like we got nice Raider scum walking. And there we go. Level up, level 29. What I should be doing is trying to build up my crits again. Looks like it was just these couple raiders on the near the bridge. And since it's all clear, head back, head across. Tick this off on the map. Raiders, no. I'll just wait for my action points to come back before heading on in. It is nighttime now, so hopefully everybody is asleep. Should have one guy in this room over here, and then possibly another two up the stairs. Should have a guy sleeping. Just a psycho. Got a little nervous there. Alright, monkey. Goodbye. So, part of the reason I wanted to come in here is just these bottles. I could really use some more dirty water, and the easiest way to get it is just load up on these bottles and then fill them up at the river. There are just tons of bottles dotted around. Ah, carrying too much. Don't want that. I don't think I'm hungry right now. Eat a grilled rad stag, and if I break cover just a little bit here. Yes, I got my 25 carry weight boosted up, so sitting at a nice 245 for the time being. Well, I just went into caution, not exactly sure why. I was just looting the room is all.
Nothing there now. What do you think? I don't know. Jump in a shadow. Yeah, you're probably right.
So it is two people talking to one another. I was planning on going up here and taking out those guys anyway. So if I happen to see one. There they are. Psycho, psycho. In caution, not danger. Well, that is what I was going for. Just those first two guys. Figured take a look. Those are all pretty easy to pick off. But I think we have enough of what I need. We can just head on out. Still in caution as I'm leaving, but that should quickly fade. Think I hear a vertibird. I will have to be a little careful. Most of the time vertibirds are controlled by the Brotherhood, but there is also the very real possibility that the gunners have vertibirds too. Definitely not as common, but I will have to keep an eye on that, because vertibirds can wreck you. I think I can scale these rocks. There. Get a little mountain climbing in for the day. Just make our way back to Hangman's Alley. Got some fighting here in the normal random spawn point that spawns in new enemies. I think pretty much every time you come through here. Hearing some gunfire, and I did just switch over to Weary, so... Ah, and that's a robot. Why is it always robots? Where are they fighting? If it's the Brotherhood, might actually stand a chance. All those bottles we picked up, though, now we can just fill them on up here. Well, I am not sure how many bottles I've filled so far. Ah, there we go, we ended. I didn't want to click along too fast in fear of that I would end up drinking the water on accident and either getting sick or just plain picking up like 5 rads. Speaking of water, I am now parched. Good thing I'm about back to base. Home sweet home. Ada made it here safely, which is good. and some fresh crops. That bed is looking awfully comfortable, as I am weary. But before we do that, just drop off some stuff, store all that junk, free up a little bit of space. I do kind of want to take a run to Diamond City now and clean them out of everything that's, that's worthwhile. Basically, any 50 cal that I can pick up would be good. I'll be using a lot of that. I might have some fusion cells laying around, but might want to pick up a few of those too, as that could come in handy. Well, now that I am in Diamond City, I did a little bit of shopping, and I was able to pick up some ammunition of 50 cal, so I'm sitting at 142 shots for that. As far as the fusion cells, I figured I was probably good as is, so I left it at that. While we are in Diamond City, I am hoping that we can improve our armor just a little bit. This bolstering is doing some pretty good damage resistance, but I'm fully expecting to get hit, so I kind of think I want this unyielding piece ready to go when that becomes there. Now, I need a little bit more rubber, which I probably have that back at Hangman's Alley, but there's also, I'm not sure if Mo is selling any of that. Well, Mo did not have any rubber. I do know that Myrna sells a shipment of it, so maybe we'll just go ahead and give that a whirl.
Here's what we got.
So how much for a shipment? 1,800. Well, I'm still sitting pretty good on caps. Rubber is always good to have. I'll buy a shipment of it. It's only money, right? At this point, I'm hoping I will have enough, as I am now exhausted from sleep. Lack of sleep. And I can't sprint. Fantastic. Well, we'll switch that on over to Shadowed. And I had padded on the other, but I am missing ballistic fiber. I don't think I have that back at base. Pretty sure I used that all up when I was making my ballistic weave. So we can make that a lighter build. Just give a few more action points, which could definitely come in handy. And as we are here, I did notice that this leaded girded left leg is, well, can be upgraded to Shadowed, which that will improve stealth in dark areas, which is always good, and it also improves a little bit of the damage resistance. So now that I have that, lead lined on that is fine. I think that's basically all I want to do here. And being weary is a little bit concerning, but I can still move around. There's a little bit more I want to do, which, after picking up all those chems, we can start making some delicious, delicious drugs. So grape mentats, that will be good for if I come across a hard speech check, but it also would be good for just bartering too, which I could have probably done that prior to buying the shipment. And what will be very important going into Automatron is to get Psycho Jet. Slow time for 15 seconds and better damage output, higher max AP. I think that is probably the route to go. So we'll make 15 or so of those. Down to 50 jet, that should be sitting pretty good. And since I use a lot of VATs, the buff out really won't help me, as
If
the
you're having
endurance
trouble
and
understanding,
max
I
health
suppose I
will
can use smaller words.
increase all of mine, but if I do get hit, once the buff out runs out, I'll drop down in my endurance and my max health will drop down with it, which if I do take damage, I could also die after I'm coming off of the buff tat. So that is interesting. But I can have +3 perception for 8 minutes versus just regular mentats would give me +2 perception for 5 minutes. We'll do a handful of those too. Good solid handful. And I think that will be sitting pretty good. The Psycho buff, again, won't really help out a whole lot, as just regular Psycho will give me 5 minutes of 25% damage, which will be nice to have too.
Are you hard of hearing? We can take a look at that.
That'll be a good starting point.
Yes.
We'll see how it goes when I start fighting the robots. I might end up getting drug happy, which I might have to swing back into chemistry workbench and make some more Psycho Jet or buff tats. Hopefully I can make it all the way back to base, as my vision is starting to go a little blurry.
Plenty of shops
If I end up getting super tired, that could also have a possibility of just more or less just kill me right on the spot. So I will definitely want to emphasize getting some sleep. Doesn't look like there's anything on patrol of danger in the area right now. I am basically maxed out on my adrenaline, which I will be giving that all up, but I think I have a way of gaining that back prior to going into Robco.
Raiders, super mutants,
But as I
predators,
am
you name it.
plenty sick right now, I got, full damage output from adrenaline, but my fatigue, lethargy has worn off. That's fantastic. But the fatigue requiring frequent sleep is a bummer to have. I'll want to get rid of that. And as I'm going to be taking a sleep here for a while, let's take... Parasites is okay. I have plenty of food. I don't want insomnia or weakness. We'll take that. And I definitely don't want lethargy to come back. So we will eat that on up.
They call the city home.
And we should be sitting pretty good. And let's take a nice long sleep. In fact, let's just sleep for a straight 24 hours. And we'll be able to kick everything off proper tomorrow.
I've never lost anyone before. This failure is new to me.
Well, Abernathy Farm is under attack. They will have to deal with it themselves.
Fortunately, it won't.
Raining is a little bit of a concern, as it will increase my disease pool. But I'm actually thinking of not really sleeping much in the near future, as once I get my adrenaline built up for taking on the robots, I'm going to want to stay basically maxed
Doesn't look
out
half bad.
with that. We'll just cook up a little bit more food just so we are sitting extra good. Deathclaw will be some good eating. And we should have a fair amount of Mirelurk, I think.
I hope I didn't offend you.
Thought I had Mirelurk. There we go. My last trick up my sleeve that I am planning on doing in preparation is, well, put on my armor for one. But I
Hope I didn't offend you.
have...
All systems go?
Ready
Whoa.
and waiting.
I don't want to talk to you, Ada.
Whatever. Actually, I'll be back later.
Understood.
I made this delightful Nuka mixer station, which this should help combat sleepiness, which will also, I won't pick up any rads with this Nuka-Cola. It will caffeinate me, and it will give me some AP, which will be handy. And there's also the Nuka Free, which I was wanting to get the dirty water for, as this will just plain caffeinate me to keep me going as well. So we'll probably need a bunch of these, and we'll want to get basically as many Nuka-Colas as we can for when we're in battle and we need action points quick. We'll just finish out with the Nuka Free. Actually, a pretty good chunk of XP there. Now we should be sitting pretty good. I'll tidy up my inventory before we head on out proper. I think we are all set to head on out now. My inventory is a little on the heavy side, as I am carrying around quite a bit of stuff actually, and I forgot to put on my armor. We'll just put that on quick a minute, and I decided to switch over to the unyielding just so if I do get hit when I go under 25%, it will instantly activate. I am giving up a little bit of damage resistance, but I think it should be the kind of the smartest. So once I do get hit, because I will get hit, that hopefully that will activate very quickly. My weapons are pretty much the same. I am carrying around a few plasma grenades, got a handful of fragmentation grenades, and a couple bottle cap mines. So if we do need to lure them someplace, we can drop a few mines, chuck a few grenades. Should be sitting pretty good in that regard. As far as my aid goes, I have plenty of food I'm carrying along, and with the 16 buff tats, that will be very handy for boosting my perception. But I also am carrying just a few jet if I need to slow down time for a little bit. I don't think I will have to, because I'll have the Psycho Jet, but just in case, I figured I'd carry around the jet anyway. Got the 7 of the Nuka-Cola, and I'm carrying 4 Quantums in an emergency. I'll accept the rads and just for more action points. The Nuka Free will probably come in handy down the line, as I'll be able to keep my action bar as good as possible. 20 Psycho, might be using a lot of that, because that will have a longer impact versus just the Psycho Jet, which would be more emergency. And as I'll be doing a bunch of drugs, I will need that purified water, so I'm sitting at 23 of those. I did also bring along Stealth Boys. I probably won't use them as they're not overly effective. I mean, they do a very good job keeping you stealth, but I will just have that kind of as more of an emergency, pop one of those, and hopefully just run out of areas if things get a little bit too dicey. So my plan is to kind of follow this same path along the river here, heading back over kind of towards the railroad, and then work my way south from there. Now, I will need to build up my adrenaline, so I think on the way we will swing on by to the castle and help the Minutemen out by clearing out all of the Mirelurks to come. And as I also don't think I leveled up, probably should take care of that right now as well. As you are probably guessing, I have boosted endurance a little bit. It would be a good idea to keep doing that, but I am up to being able to take chem resistant. So we'll take that this level, and the next level we will take the next rank, as we will not be able to get addicted anymore from that. Because addictions are never fun, and I wouldn't be able to eliminate them even if I wanted to per the rule set. made it back to the back entrance here of the railroad, and I did hotkey a few items. Got the Psycho Jet there, and Stealth Boys in case of emergency. There will be dangerous enemies as I'm heading further south, so I can just pop a Stealth Boy and be good. And as there will be like raiders, super mutants, mirelurks, and all sorts of things, I do kind of think I want to wait till it is nighttime so I can utilize my stealth just a little bit more, especially since there's a bed handy here. So hopefully we can make it through here without getting sick, and it will be close to 9 p.m., which will provide a little bit better cover. And just parched from lack of water, that is easy to deal with. And as we're going, I am kind of wanting to follow along the shoreline here. There will be, it's not necessarily the best route, but it will work out just fine. Just head on over, and then I can get up to the General Atomics factory and also meet the Minutemen. Now, as we're going, just gotta keep my eyes peeled. Following close to the water, there will definitely be mirelurks around there. And anytime you're going in new territory, you never know what you will encounter. But if I keep kind of the water right to my left, I can't escape that way, but there also won't be enemies in the water that can attack. As we round the corner, got the Pridwin sitting over there that is quite imposing on the Commonwealth sky. Just kind of watch the brackets and see when they start getting a little bit closer, then I know that there are enemies nearby. It's one of the reasons why I haven't taken any further ranks of sneak, as the next rank you can basically sneak right up on people without actually realizing it and can cause a little bit more issues. I do think that with rank 3 of sneak, I'm plenty sneaky, as is, especially with chameleon and shadowed gear. Brackets are shuffling quite a bit. Just a Radstag. Sometimes those can be legendary, so it's good to check those out. This isn't the most direct route, but I'm hoping that it is a relatively safe route. Can hear some gunfire now. Ooh, what was that? Ah, robots. Of course there's robots. Don't want to go in that direction. Flooded over here. They can just fight whoever they're fighting. Probably don't want to advance too quickly either. Check all of these corners. There's a human. Oh. I think I can one-shot them. That is not a one-shot. Vats lied to me.
Yeah, stay gone.
Back off. So that was where they were at. Robot down, that's good. Not hearing the gunshots right now. Looks like there might be a spotlights up ahead. That looks a little bit of raidery. That scrap I could take out, but where are they going?
Damn it, where'd you go?
Sounds like a turret up ahead. Molotovs. Definitely a spotlight. I'm curious if the robots are done. Looks like the robots were facing off against the raiders. There's a turret and a psycho. Scaver that's almost dead. Whoa! That was a high jump. If I just stay here, let the chameleon do its work. See, yes, that's just scum. Kind of want to be able to keep looking through that opening over there. Peckish, no problem. Looks like they might be coming my way. Here they come. Still in caution. I think I have time to reload.
Only a fucking coward hides.
There's somebody running. Ah, scaver. Not the worst thing in the world.
Come on out. I'll make it nice and quick.
Looks like the robots are probably done. Otherwise, they probably would have come through that opening by now. It's kind of like shooting fish in a barrel. They all want to just keep popping through right there. I think I saw one other guy running around. And something exploded. All right then. Well, that explosion might have taken care of my enemies. Although that did shift. They were all funneling through right here. Ooh, turret. I don't know what the turret's firing at. It's like a pretty good line of sight. Ah, Mirelurk there. Still in hidden. Might have wrapped up the raiders. At the Shamrock Tap House. Well, good deal. Well, this has all taken a little bit longer than I have expected. So I think it is time to call it a part here. Next time... Who's that up there? Ah, Minuteman. Nice. They're on our side. Next time we will continue on to the General Atomics Factory and meet up with the Minutemen. But thanks for watching, and thanks for joining. And until next time, powering off.